Margaret gazes at me fondly. I catch Margaret's eyes and we spend a moment sharing a gentle connection. Guide is fed up with waiting.
Bridges are late. If they don't arrive as soon as darkness falls, there's no telling exactly how long it will be before they do.
Oh god. Millie's face immediately sours and he isn't able to stay silent about his feelings.
So we're going to waste our time standing idly by. There's hardly enough time to make the trip as it is.
What are we gonna do? I'm sorry, but Bemelle, real quick. What the fuck we gonna do with the bridge? Like, we can't make the bridge appear unless you got fucking earth bending or something. That literally, just like all we can do is wait. After getting a sense of where they are, I turn my gaze ahead. At first, I think I'm being fooled by the fog. There are several white dots playing along the edges of the water. They know all those are eyes, most likely. Dark globs begin to surface, and I see them for what they are. Eyes. More Nixie are breaching the water and wrenching themselves into the sand. The guide signals to all of us. She's advancing towards me, holding onto a heavy stick with the end set on fire as a makeshift torch. The sight is striking. I'm so proud of this girl.
It won't last long. We need to get through now.
You're right. Let's go. She needs not to say more. The three of us push our way forward as we advance. Margaret replays with
We'll
her
toss the
laser.
branch when we get close. The smoke spewing off this thing is making it even harder to see than usual. So you tell me when it's time, Kika.
You're right, and don't be too happy yet. We're still on the bridge. Margaret chimes in, equally as amazed and
I
exhausted.
don't know how we managed to do nothing wrong. That feels far more fitting for this journey.
Yes, you could have burnt your fingertips off.
Wait,
Or perhaps the bridges could have gone up in flames.
knock on wood, guys. We're on wood. Don't be doing that. Don't be saying that while we're there. Margaret looks at him curiously, but Millie gives her a wink.
That would have been the outcome if I was handling the torch, you think?
Oh my god. Margaret lips quirk into a smack.
Yes.
A smack. Yes. That was such a definite yes. Yes, it would. We treasure the moment of triumph for a little more before the guide insists silence.
We need to start walking. We've already lost much time as it is.
Yeah, I was about to say we lost time. That means the bridges are gonna go back down faster. Not faster. We just lost the time that we would have had, so we're gonna have to go a little faster paced. And we only have one lantern, so they're gonna have to be nearby me almost as soon as he finishes the statement. He stumbles, nearly falling back down. His hand slipped down the shaft of his staff as he sinks towards the ground. He gasps under his breath.
Are you alright? Is there anything we can do? I don't have much, but I could still clean and wrap it.
Yeah. I take a few hurried steps closer. I reach my hands out towards him, which he curls away from like a barn cat. He's like, he turns his gaze up to me and shakes his
I
head.
tended to it myself when you were still on the shore.
Moments tick by as I stare at him, growing ever more nervous. As horrible as his injury is, the larger situation at play is dire for all. It is a weight bearing down on each of us, threatening to bring the entire group to its knees, rather than our only lead. We can't stay here.
Are you able to walk?
He eyes his feet with gritted teeth and clenches his staff tighter.
Like this.
We're gonna have a problem. A beat of quiet passes before he continues, his voice slightly ragged. Wait, this could be good. Can we have you and Margaret take the lead? I want her to take the lead. I don't want her in the back. I want her up front. I want me and Bemelle in the back. I care about her too much for her to be back here with me. Because the people in the back get picked off. So this might work for us because we are missing a lantern. He might need somebody to hold his little armus.
I have a way. It will be enough to get to the other side.
Okay. Shaking, he removes a hand from his staff and reaches into his cloak, searching for something. Do you have like a full neon shirt in there? I have little other choice but to watch as he searches his pockets. The panic that we thought was past starts creeping back in. He retrieves a small vial with a viscous liquid inside, swishing it slightly as he holds it up. I peer at it curiously.
Drinking this will numb the pain. I'll be able to ignore that my leg is injured for the time being.
Oh, it's like a little magic potion. I analyze the vial hesitantly. I'm pensive as I mull over the possible other effects it could have. He fucking becomes delusional. Oh, there's a Nixie there. Wait, there isn't. The hell? He'd be fine. Something that opponent would be a miracle drug if there were no downsides along with the positives. That's true.
Is that safe? It must cause drowsiness or have some kind of impact on you. Not to mention, pushing your leg so hard when it's in that state could permanently ruin it.
No, he doesn't really have much choice there because he would die otherwise, so we need him about the leg bit, but the other one is true. He regards me as his lip twist partway into a snarl. Wow.
My leg isn't broken. It will heal without issue once I'm able to treat it. In order for that to happen, however, I need to live.
He has a point. I flinched slightly. He wouldn't usually snap at such discussion. Pain must be truly getting to him. Yeah,
What
because
about
he's...
side effects? You didn't say what they were.
Fucking right, yeah. That's probably what he's gonna say. Bemelle steps in closer to the guide, his question harsh enough to be on a demand. Bemelle's trust in the guide has steadily declined since the first night. Real quick, where's Margaret? I know she's with us, but like, move her closer. I don't like her being that far back. I step forward and then you step forward. Now she's back there. She's in the dark. Can somebody please move her ass forward, please? I don't like her being back there. With the way he's acting, I cannot ignore the sense that it may come to a head before the journey is over. It probably will, sadly. The guide levels a deep, unimpressed look at Bemelle. He then sighs, raising the bottle so that it's more visible. He swishes it almost impatiently.
Slow reflexes and cloud the mind.
Two things we need you to have. Okay. Immediately, Bemelle's eyes widen incredulously. Margaret quickly gasps, bringing a hand to her mouth. The guide heaves another sigh. Though the pain in it makes it sound more akin to a groan, he is still impatient with the group's delays as the time marches
I
on.
will only be taking half a dose. It won't ease all of the pain. However, it will reduce the odds that I will be notably impacted by any adverse effects.
That's true. At least you're doing that.
I know how you feel about others coming close to you, but is that truly the best solution to a situation like this? You need to be clear-headed here.
Margaret looks at the bottle and then at him skeptically. Bemelle takes another heavy step forward. He meets the guy's eyes stoningly.
No, you can't drink something like that. I'll carry you.
That too, that also works, but I would rather have Margaret up there. Bemelle presses forward, encroaching on the guy's personal space. Don't do that. The guide visibly shrinks back again. However, he can't hobble much further away due to his injured leg. Before the guy can put forth another word, Bemelle brazenly snatches the bottle straight from his hand. Everyone is stunned by Bemelle's action, even though the guide has troubled expressions, any sort of emotion, beyond furious disbelief. Bemelle ignores all of her reactions and smiles triumphantly, holding the bottle like a trophy. Oh, this is what you said it was going to come to a head, and this is it.
You have made it very clear that at the first inconvenience, you would leave us all for dead in the water. As you are now, that is impossible.
Bemelle, calm down. The guide narrows his eyes at Bemelle, who only gives him a taunting grin. Bemelle?
So, this isn't about any possible adverse effects. You want to leave me injured and immobile on purpose.
Him, yes. I would rather he be full on good, and I genuinely did want to know what the side effects were. So you weren't walking around fully delusional thinking you're going the right way when you're trying to walk on water, you know? Bemelle shrugs, then returns to smirking almost cockingly.
If there were no side effects, I likely would have thought nothing of it. However, mentioning those risks triggered something in my mind. You've never done what's best for the group. You only choose the safe option for yourself.
That's probably because he's dealt with way too many groups where he's tried to save everybody or something and such, and everybody's died.
With that in mind, I can't exactly trust you when you tell us that the medicine is truly our one option. Now, even if carrying you means that you will be more at risk than otherwise, I'm willing to make that sacrifice.
I'm not. Bemelle chuckles diversely and rolls his eyes while spinning the medicine vial between his fingers.
I hope you're proud.
You better not drop it.
Following your advised method of not considering others, guide.
Bemelle stopped taunting him. Despite Bemelle's sarcastic jab, the guide returns to his usual empty, deadpan expression and makes no attempt at rebuttal.
There, he accepts it. What of you?
And I'm saving, because that was stupid. Bemelle then turns to look at us curiously. Margaret snorts slightly at the inquiry.
That stunt was so ill-advised, I never expected even you to attempt something like it.
I agree.
What if the guide had another bottle with him?
No.
It would have all been abandoned by now.
You know how funny that would be? Yeah, it's like another one. He just pulls it out right then he's just drinking it. Oh. Nothing. throws the bottle in the water, takes off running. Bemelle pulls a mischievous smirk.
I'd have taken that bottle too.
Oh, okay. Margaret shakes her head at his response. However, she doesn't seem too upset over this. She seems more at ease than she has been for some time. Bemelle seems rather pleased by the reactions thus far, grinning widely at us. I get what his plan was,
If
but still.
anyone is worried about my ability to carry the guide for the rest of the night, you shouldn't be. Rest assured, a willowy man like the guide won't slow me down whatsoever.
Sure, bud. Sure. He puffs his chest out proudly. Don't do that, okay? Margaret can't suppress the laugh that bubbles up from her chest. She waves off Bemelle's boasting with a silly grin on her face. Alright, guys. We've had enough time being lighthearted. We need to move, because we're running out of time doing this.
You are an absolute buffoon.
Oh, no, definitely. We're gonna go down fucking laughing. That's what's gonna happen. Bemelle faces me expectantly. The guide also levels a steady gaze in my direction. What the fuck y'all looking at me for? We may be having a bit of fun getting the upper hand on the guide for a change, but if we don't, but if we don't go back now, we never will. Though, do we truly need to? If we don't go back, what? All that matters is reaching the shore safely. What really is the best for in this situation? I don't know. I probably should have helped the guy. I don't know. Did I save before it? I did, right? Yeah, okay. Because if this goes downhill after that, I'm gonna be pissed and be like, Bemelle, you asshole. Because in all honesty, I hate that they sprung that on me. I don't like going back though. That's too big of a decision for me not to be like that. I think now, if we let him take the bottle, since Bemelle's already done this, he would leave us. Widens ecstatically, lack of resistance. I feel nervous, turning my insides jittery as I think over doing something so drastic. No matter the fear, this has to be done. Well, what happens if, we need the guy to do something? Even if the guy can be trusted to show us the correct path, he is not reliable when it comes to anything else. If we let him do as he wishes, it's very possible that at some point during this night, he will leave us to die.
I believe you are capable of carrying the guide to the other side. That seems like the least risky option we have for the group.
May I ask, what kind of way of carrying are we talking about? Like a fireman carry? You gonna carry him in your arms like a princess? Or you just gonna because both of those would work for a while. Then you would realize, holding a person for more longer than an hour? Oh, that's good. That's like holding 10 pounds longer than 10 minutes in your arms is a fucking pain. We're talking with a person. Like you mean? Or is it gonna be when somebody has a broken leg sort of thing where you're helping him out walking? Billy lets out a small triumphant laugh and tosses the vial over to me. I catch it and quickly tuck it away in my pocket. I'll return it to its rightful owner once we've made it to the shore. Billy steps back to the guide's side, who still shrinks slightly beneath him. The guide narrows his eyes at Bemelle, grows
Fret
near.
not. I will take proper care to lift you. This isn't the first time I've carried an injured traveling partner. I'll have to hoist you over my shoulder since we've still got a ways to go.
So fireman carry.
I ask that you don't make too much of a fuss about it.
How's he supposed to show us where to go? The guide stares at him plainly.
I'm hardly in a position to resist. You've taken away my ability to do anything but be dependent on you and your decisions. Even though this path was only taken because I am not someone you care for rather than true pragmatism, it is a better mindset to have on these bridges than how you've acted thus far.
Billy snorts out a sarcastic
Thank
laugh.
you for your approval.
Let's go. He bends down and grabs the guide, lifting him over his shoulders, but Millie is careful not to bump the guide's legs. He still winces in pain, clenching his staff tightly as he jostled back and forth. Now we gotta also worry about somebody grabbing Bemelle, because if they grab Bemelle, they're gonna get the guide. However, the arrangement is quickly settled, and Bemelle is ready to begin walking with the guide in tow. Now, Margaret, that means we're walking together. Now, I want you. I love you, girl, but we can't flirt on this bridge, okay? We can't. We can hold hands or something, but we can't flirt on this bridge. Margaret has a hand over her mouth, looking like she can't decide whether to laugh or to weep at the state of our journey.
I can scarcely believe that this is the solution we've come to. With the way the guide acts, though, I suppose that I shouldn't be too surprised people are willing to turn on him this way.
Yeah, nah, it's not that surprising.
Continue down this bridge. We cannot remain here any longer.
He's right. Yeah, we've been here long as shit. Millie gives him a nod and starts to walk across the soggy board as the new head of the group. We will walk along the bridges together in the stillness. The guide's occasional instruction of what path to take is the only conversation that reverbs in the night. Our steps echo throughout the bridges, and I'm more acutely aware of just how many paths there are spread across the lake than ever. Even the voices of the lake are quiet, but it's no consolation for their place is the otherworldly squishing sounds of the prowlers contorting their aquatic forms across the boards. It's impossible to tell exactly where they're coming from. The sound seems to echo in every direction at once. All I know is that it's too close for comfort. I do my best to ignore the feeling, but the sounds still fill me with a constant lingering dread. Speaking of which, is somebody checking our backside? Cause like, when Bemelle was back here, with me and Bemelle, he was checking the back, I was walking forward. Now we don't got that. We got to be able to look, the guide technically, but he ain't gonna say shit. He'll say it if we're about to die. Other than that, he ain't gonna say anything. We cross a long path and come across a strange sight. It's a bridge which curves in and becomes more narrow in the middle than usual. Even the dubious bridge, wearily, I grow nervous at the idea of getting that close to the edge. Millie's pace slows before coming to a stop directly in front of the foreign way. For once, he looks to the guide for this matter. The guide appraises the bridge, looking intensely down the path ahead.
Normally, it would be possible to cross a narrow bridge if one is careful with how they step. We can't continue as we are. Our combined weight is too much.
Yeah?
Is there another path?
This is our path.
Bemelle's eyes widen at the explanation before gritting his teeth and speaking with the tone coated with suspicion.
So, you knew from the start we'd reach a point where putting you down was the only option.
No, probably not. The guy's silence is confirmation enough for Bemelle. Oh, he scoffs derisively, then purposefully strides forward, planting his feet on the mouth of the narrow bridge.
Unfortunately, that plan isn't going to work. I may not look the part, but I'm quite light on my feet. If this is our path, then prepare to cross it with me.
Bemelle, I don't care how light you are. He looks completely unfettered. Bemelle doesn't take kindly to the guy's dismissiveness. Bemelle, what do you mean light-footed? Like, you don't make a lot of noises. Does not go to your weight, and even then, your two weight still would do it. Yeah, he lifts his boot for a second time, stretching it outward ahead of his body and threatening to move even further down the narrow way. I've known Bemelle for years now, and I wouldn't assume even his recklessness would go this far. Yet I cannot help but hold concerns. One wrong step could mean the end for the both, regardless of how serious his intentions are, has gotten out of hand. Has this gotten out of hand? For only a second, I catch the guide looking my way. The moment I realize it, however, he's returned, staring down Bemelle.
Do it. To die on these boards is my fate. What difference is there should it be today or tomorrow? It is only those you are trying to protect who will suffer.
He's right.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, raw, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rat. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, raw, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys,